share one of my favorite new tools. This is called Google Learn About. It's a very simple tool, but really effective. Basically, it helps you learn about something with artificial intelligence. Let's take a look. Here's Google Learn About. So it lives in Google Learning, but you could also find it under Google Experiment. It's still Experiment. So you could just search for it in Google, and it'll be at learning.google.com, and then /experiments/learn about. So if you hit try, it'll bring you to the front page. So it's like a search engine. You could also search for images, which we'll take a look at, and it kind of gives you a couple of different topics to begin with. But we're going to just show you how to search. So I just brought students to the Galapagos, and again, when you're searching, the more specific you are, the better. So Galapagos in March is great, and if I add with students, I'll get even better results, specifically because it'll understand that it's probably for learning. So it's going to give you a little outline and then some context of why it matters. So it talks about it being a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and then you'll get different considerations: weather, wildlife, activities, accommodations, budget, ways to explore related content, videos, and links. You can get images, you can go deeper, you can simplify. It's always going to give you a couple different suggested follow-up questions, which is nice. And on the left side, it's going to give you different ways to have different topics that are related. So talking about the weather, talking about the activities, and then talking about the educational value, which is great. So, there's different ways to kind of go deep into the learning here, which is really fun and really helpful when you're preparing for classes. The other nice thing is if you go to Learn About, you could also search by image, right? So we went to lunch at a restaurant, and I'm going to use this image from our lunch, and I could say, what is this? So it works as a basic search, but then it will give you additional information on it. So fried pastries and sauce, it made right away. And then you can see that these are empanadas, a popular savory pastry found in many Latin American countries. And then it kind of goes why it matters. So empanadas are important cultural heritage. And then on the left side, you can see that it starts giving me other suggested topics, right? So regional variations, social occasions, fillings, cooking methods, powdered sugar. So, it's a kind of a fun way to actually, like the old school encyclopedia, learn about different topics. And you can see here some of the regional variations in different Latin American countries. So, really handy. I could hit go deeper, get images, simplify. And this is a really good handy tool for educators, because oftentimes we're kind of thrown in situations where we need to learn about something quick, and this will help out quite a bit. So, this will kind of, if you have to substitute for a class, this is a great way to kind of get a quick idea about it. But also just there's so many new things to learn about these days. It gives you on the homepage a couple of suggestions. So physics, history, astronomy, how long have people been cultivating bonsai trees, for example. And we can kind of look this up, and it kind of gives us the history of bonsai. So, you could have students use this for research. It's a Google tool, and it kind of will bring up different things. So we can kind of see how it's related to Zen Buddhism, modern bonsai, evolution of techniques. So if you want to just learn about something new, this is a fantastic tool. Let's use Google Learn About to learn about Google Learn About. So as it says, this is a conversational AI tool that is developed by Google. Again, this is in Google Experiment still. It does talk about how it's a valuable tool to learn new things or just make a lifelong learner, and some related content. But one of the relevant, interesting questions is, what kind of questions could I ask with Google Learn About? And it will give you some sample questions. So it could be factual, it could be explanatory, or it could be comparative. You could ask analytical, creative questions. It's always nice to actually ask AI tools about AI tools. So I hope you enjoyed that. It has lots of uses, but it's also just great to learn about new things. So you could use it as a nice bell ringer in class, or you could use it to actually research. I hope you enjoy it. Best of luck.